as I'm just waiting for them to start the draft. Just a quick reminder, um, guys, this is the match of the week, so this is gonna be. I know it's a bit rushed. Match of the week: Averso versus Gamers with Attitude. Gamers with Attitude are not to be underestimated. They have some pretty high-ranked people on their side, so um, gonna join Jansen, who's gonna be joining me for this cast. So, hello, Jansen.
Hello, sir. Draft is starting, by the way.
Draft has started. I'll quickly switch the screens. And with
Sorry
that,
for
we
the
do
rush.
see Gamers with Attitude do the first ban, being the Syndra.
Yes, yes. No real time for introductions, but yes, this should be a really good match. It was voted for a lot, and a lot of people did ask for it. So let's see what bands we get here. Any ideas here? It is a Versio,
I
so it's
mean,
usually the same
Yasuo,
stuff.
Yone, Aurelion Zone, the classics.
Oh no, gamers with attitude will not ban Yon here. They have blue side, and Shiro has shown great potential on this champion, so I'm sure they're gonna try to get Yon themselves.
I see. A very
Yes.
interesting strategy using blue side to their fullest of advantage. Makes sense. So, this Swain ban, an interesting ban to come here on the side of Versio, followed by a Caitlyn ban. Now the Yasuo gets banned, and if they're planning on picking their own, the other very comfortable pick on the side of Aversio for Drakor is banned away.
It is gonna be banned. You see what they did there. So
Yeah.
this is the first time we're gonna see Shiro play a different champion because it's his third game, and he was locking in Yon for 2 games straight.
And now seeing what Shiro can cook up for us. Let's see what he can cook. As they seem to be cooking for bot lane now, first pick that is this Ashe in this bot side.
Ashe a very strong utility-based AD carry, so I would imagine gamers with attitude want a bit more damage here overall. Ashe is great at getting these setups, so we need someone like either a strong AP carry or a strong AD carry potentially from top or maybe from jungle.
Now Averso are gonna respond with this Sivir in the bot side. Interesting choice here.
I mean, it's gonna be Starforger on Sivir, by the way, because Aversio are sticking to their current roster. It's Brickhoon in jungle with Awaken and Starforger in the bot lane. Awaken is taking the support role, as was potential 2 iterations ago of this team, and Aiglos, of course, remaining in top with Drakur in mid lane. So this is Starforger on Sivir. I wouldn't be surprised with a Lulu pick here, or Melio, or a Xin Zhao. Okay, never mind. Gonna take a backseat. Over to you, Luke. Any
And
idea what
Xin
would be
Zhao
most
here, a
strong
very
here?
interesting pick. Blindable jungler 100%. So a very strong pick. I myself have been playing him a lot very recently. He is very strong. His ultimate so strong in denying damage in a team fight and as well as knocking away peeling for your carries. We have gamers with attitude now will have to respond with their own jungler, or they respond with the sat here in the top side. A very interesting pickup. Never mind, that was their jungler as Yorick is getting covered. And if we do see this Yorick coming through, it is gonna be another game where backdoor is gonna be a threat. The side lane pressure is gonna be real, and good maiden utilization here could be really good. But against such a good team, such a good macro team like a Versio, is Yorick the pick to go? An interesting
I don't know.
question that will be answered later this game.
I don't know if you were around, but yesterday Agony did ban out Yorick against gamers with attitude, so it might just pop off. I'm not really sure, but it is kind of weird with the set Yorick. Who's jungle here? Who's top? Who's mid? I'm not really sure what's going on.
And like when another possibly flex here coming on, a flex jungle top. I'm more expecting it to be into this Yorick.
For
Interesting.
sure, Xin Zhao can't really lane, can he? It has to
No.
be Xin jungle. Bans
Um,
here from Aversio. Potentially, I would ban. I think Braum is a fair ban. Zac makes sense because Rebinold was playing Zac 2 games in a row, doing really well on him
but
too.
with jungler's pick, do you think Zack here would be viable with the current champions pick? I mean, I don't know what gamers with Attitude are cooking. They are cooking something, but I don't know if it's that amount of cook.
Yeah, I mean, Drakor plays Galio, right? He plays Syndra. Yasuo, Yon are both banned. This might be a legitimate counter to Aversio, because Aversio are forced to ban one of Drakor's picks here. Um, what is he gonna play? I'm really curious, to be honest with you.
He
I
did.
have literally no idea.
What did he show us in the
What did he
UKL,
show?
which was not Galio?
Lissandra.
Lissandra.
Do gamers with attitude ban Lissandra?
It is his own like other champion.
This man, if Lissandra gets banned here, this might be the first time we have to see something new from Drakor. Please do it. Just
Look at
how
him.
you say?
Look at him.
Yes, just no,
No.
no, no.
Drakor could
It's
still
gonna.
choose to spice it up.
Come on, make us happy. Drakor. Well,
Drakor.
to be fair,
Drakor.
he's
Drakor.
he's like what do you say? He's blinding mid if he picks it here. I think a support is fair. Something
Support
like
is a fair
Milio,
pick.
Rakan, Bard are all great choices with Sivir.
This is Awaken on support, right? So,
Oh,
who
never
would
mind.
know?
I take it back.
Perhaps fearing that gamers with attitude would pick the Lissandra themselves. If Shiro plays it, listen, it could have been a threat. As now the Brom is
Yeah,
going to be taken away
I
from
called it.
Aversio.
I mean, Braum Ash is like such a great combo. It's so strong, honestly. It's just like they have such good kiting, disengage. They can engage when you step out of position. The Braum just auto attacks you once, and then Ash follows up with three of her own. That's devastating to face in the bot lane.
And now, what will he play here?
We need something strong here, okay?
And AP
Because we
damage a
saw
bit.
yes, we saw Aversio once run this Ash Braum, and they paired it with the Asol jungle. Lilia is okay. Lilia
Wait,
is
is this
not
a
bad.
set mid?
It has to be, right? It has to be set mid.
Ooh.
Definitely not something you see every day.
I like it. I like it. Let's see what Drakor can cook
I
into a
mean,
set
coming from a
mid.
Yone player, right? So he's
Yeah.
used to that close range combat. But against Lissandra, well, to be fair, how is Lissandra ever gonna get this set out of lane? He has so much healing in his kit. I like Senna pick here with the Sivir. I think Senna Sivir can be really strong, especially if they can shove the wave under turret. They can get a lot of poke in, but they are very susceptible to ganks. Something great about Senna though is that her mist will negate the ability for Ashe to follow up her attacks and get the stun off. So that's definitely a plus side for them. However, if they ever do overextend with Lilia being there, um, it's gonna be a bit tough to escape. Depends on how it goes. We'll have to see. But yeah, we're expecting Gaversio's bot lane here to play very aggressive. We can also expect maybe Brickon to invade Gamer with Attitude's bot side, especially if his bot lane gets priority. And if it's read accordingly like this, I would imagine that gamers with Attitude want to start clearing from bot lane. That's just my prediction for it. And I don't think they need to be scared for ganks because they'll be shoved under turret, and unless Sinza wants the level 3 dive, which is not impossible, but can be done, but highly unlikely, I think, against Ashbrom. So much CC and ability to negate that range damage. So I think gamers that you would most likely start bot side, and maybe a Versio want to invade that side if not.
What I'm
That's my
noticing
prediction
though
for early
is
game.
like kind of neither team has a real good front line. Shin Zhao can be a kind of a front line, but he's not really a tank. Like his ultimate can buy a lot of time, but if you just wait it out and then engage on him, tanky in terms of health, but not tanky in terms of armor, unless he is reaching the 3 item Starak slash 4th item like variation where he starts buying some Spirit Visage or another item. Most of the time, this turns out could be a bit weak, and let's see if perhaps they, you know, um, they cook something up here with the builds on the side of Trinzao, because I do think both sides do need kind of a front line. Maybe Maiden will just frontline all the damage. So much damage on both sides. Um, it will be a case of who gets popped first, I want to say. as we are
Um,
waiting on the game to start.
we can also see late game. I think Lissandra Gwen is a great pairing because if Lissandra can has a lot of lockdown in her kit, Lissandra has that time to ramp up and dish out all the damage she has. I don't really see how gamers with attitude can get rid of Gwen, especially later on. If he can use his ult to space, I think only Lilia can sort of play around this Gwen. But then they have Lissandra to answer. Um, I think Averse you have the tools to play around gamers with attitudes comp, but it's just a case of maybe how the fights start and the angles they take. Lilia with Rylai's, for example, could really benefit here, but they also need Lilia to have strong damage. So it's because she's the only AP character here. But then Averse you have Severalt, which is like the Lilia passive with move speed, but for the entire team, right?
Yeah,
So there's a lot of things that they can use against gamers with attitude. The lacking of frontline, as you said, definitely something we can see, and Gwen will abuse that. Um, yeah, uh, draft-wise, I prefer Aversios right now, but I am definitely going to be looking out at the Set and Yorick in the top lane. I think that's going to be our main highlights in this game.
so the lane of the week is either going to be this Yorick into the Gwen or the Set into the Lissandra. Both very spicy lanes. I will say perhaps the Yorick on Gwen will be a bit more pivotal if this Yorick gets ahead and the Gwen falls behind. It's not going to be pretty for Igros. Um, and this Yorick with his maiden down can potentially get a lot of towers, snowball the game away. I do have a feeling that since there are no tanks, we might have on our plate a 25 to 30 minute game. If one team gets ahead, it might just be GG well played. Um, not sure if you agree with me, but that's how it feels whenever there is no real frontline on any team. Just whoever has the most damage wins.
Yeah, pretty much. That's where assassins start making play. But I mean, sure, gamers with attitude don't really have a front line, but they have a lot of ways to stay in fights. I think with Brom and his E, Seth having like a lot of things he can do to extend fights. I I don't really see like if let's say gamers with attitude start getting ahead. I think at first you are gonna have a really hard time, honestly, especially if like Lilia and Seth start getting fed. With Ash slowing down everyone and Brom setting them up, yeah, I think it's not looking that great because okay, so this is how I'm seeing it. If they get ahead, like Lilia, if she gets a good sleep off, now they do have severe spell shield and Lissandra alt and Gwen W. Yes, 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 it's true, it's true. But let's say she gets a good alt off, okay? Her combined AoE damage alongside with Sed's W, for example, could literally wipe the entire Versio roster here. It's just as you said, like there are no real tanks. So Seth could get to that point where his W is like so insane. And let's keep in mind that sleep doubles the damage of the next ability you receive. That's what the sleep effect does. So it could get interesting, yes. And I think Yorick could be a good answer to the severe push as well. Yorick has a lot of ways he can hold the lane. For those that don't know, you can also release Maiden, Yorick's ultimate, into any lane, and it will automatically spawn ghouls and push for you. That alongside teleport, you could be in three lanes at the same time because you go to one lane, send the Maiden the other, and then you can teleport after. So yeah, Yorick definitely a strong map presence, but I don't see how gamers with attitude are going to. I don't think they're going to look for team fights, at least not early on, at least not before they get ahead. Because team fight wise, at first you have a lot of like AoE and damage threat and things and tools, like we said, to negate the gamers with attitude comp here. Gonna
Perhaps
be a
if
nice
this
one.
Lilia gets ahead,
I'm looking.
we
Yeah,
could they could look for a team fight. But other than that, there's that's really the only AOE damage. And then the set W, but you don't really count that. There's also like the difficulty of who does set actually alt. If you ask me, doesn't really have a good option. The Shin if he engages on
definitely a
him.
fair statement.
Hmm?
Definitely a fair thing to say as well. very hard people to decide who to alt in this case. I think even alting Gwen could spell disaster for you because Gwen, if she survives your three abilities, if you're set, she's just going to heal back what you hit her with, and you've just extended yourself away from your team as well. So the remainder of Versio is going to be there to respond. I don't know. I mean, the set is like probably a comfort pick for Shiro. He plays Sion really well, so let's not give up on him yet. He does have 23 level points on this set. Definitely not a low amount for sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see how it goes.
174 master points on the Zurich. Wow.
Yeah, let's not look at it. That's too much, man. Does Starforger even have that much on ASO?
I think he has more. No, Starforger has 3 million on Aurelion Soul.
Damn.
Yeah, the dude grinds him out more than I have grinded League, to be honest. I think him playing the champion has more hours than I have on League total.
And that's why he played him support, jungle, ATC, and mid lane so far. We've
He
yet to
needs to
see
play
him
him
in
in the
top.
top lane.
I'm sure he can do it.
And to certain matchups 120%.
Right. Probably gonna have that reconnecting. Oh no,
As we are in the game. Ooh, a spicy
alright.
one, deserving the
Change
match
the
of the
borders.
week. There seems to
Yep.
be a problem today with everyone having high ping. Everyone is suffering from ping issues, unfortunately. But listen, back in the day, I think everyone used to play around 60 ping when we were like kids, and we still did fine. So it's just the norm of the old days, I would say. I mean, I used until I moved out of Gozo, 60 ping was the norm. Si- we're having a pause. Quickly check what is the chat about that and transition quickly as well. We're gonna see what the pause is about. Collision now.
Alright, they're saying their support has issues with his keyboard. So then Paulo is taking some time, I guess, to get another keyboard.
Yep.
I mean, it's really just bad parenting. Paulo, you needed to teach your son, the Bron player, to have a spare keyboard when competing. Just oh, no.
As let me
But
update quickly the reason. As we have figured out, it is a keyboard issue. And we wait for a bit.
alright, let's keep in mind the pause should be for 10 minutes maximum. If not, the game should be continuing as it is.
Yep. Should we do Loldal while we wait?
Sure thing, man.
Let's hop onto Loldal and have 11. Loldal, guys. Let's go. Classic. Yes, let me put that there. Let me have the chat open as well. Okay, I had to get away from here. Let me start. I always start with Anivia. I don't know why, but I like starting with Anivia. It is
Alright.
okay. Non-mana male, melee, more than 1009, most likely human. Shen.
No, he's above 2009. Shen was like one of the first champions to come out.
So
And
it's either a jungler with energy or an AD carry with energy.
and it's from Ionia too.
And
Again
from
with
Ionia.
Ionia.
Cannon? No, Cannon no. Which junglers have energy? Zad? But Zad
And
is mid.
just in case, right, Ivern again, just out of curiosity.
But Ivern doesn't have energy.
It's melee. No, yeah, energy. Listen, mana of Yemen.
Oh, Lee Sin, yeah. I completely forgot he existed. Easy, easy. As that was the first one. Let's see what quote of the day is gonna be. Every adventure is better with a friend.
No.
Easy.
It was no,
It was, it
because
was.
I'm watching this team. Nice.
That is. Wait. That's not H. It is HW, no?
I'm not saying it yet. Uh,
No. It doesn't look
I
to
have
be
no idea.
HW to me.
Was it or not?
I haven't typed it yet.
Go, try it.
I miss Ash. No, it's not Ash.
What is that? Is that Fizz? Fizz W?
Fizz W has arrows. Is that
It's not
Vayne
arrow.
Q?
It's a
No.
Trident. It's a Trident.
It's 3 arrows, not a trident. It is Vayne
Try
in the
please.
chat. Guessing it correctly. This emoji.
It
Let's
was
see.
Vayne.
What? I guessed it immediately. Boom, Anivia. Don't even have to say it out loud. Just a frost emoji. Easy. Splash art.
Ah,
That
you're
looks
going
like
too quick.
a Victor, or wait. Is that a Victor splash art? Yee. Immediately getting that thank
Talon.
you as well in the chat. Both were correct.
Was it Victor?
Yeah. Speed running it. Let's see if the delay is still going on quickly. Let me check. Um, they have 5 minutes more allowed of delay time on the site of GWA Gamers with Attitude before the game should be continuing.
It's just a shame. One of not take that long.
If I type in chat, do they see it?
No.
I see. As we wait.
I mean, it's a keyboard. We don't have another keyboard for him. Maybe not everyone.
And the game is back, guys, so we will be transitioning back to the game. We will have a small pause, normal after the small freeze. It is very normal after each pause, so bear with us. We're gonna be back. I should have fixed the scoreboard. In the meantime, I'll do that now, as the game has restarted. Seeing everyone suffering from ping issues. And now, both top laners don't have flash here.
Yep. Interesting choice to go Ghost for Yorick. I'm not really sure if it's like a Gwen thing. But yeah, definitely something new for me to see.
I'm gonna trust his master points and let him cook, as...
Oh yes, for sure. We also have Grasp of the Undying on Senna for Awaken. I'm not really sure if that's the best you can go, because it did get nerfed quite a lot for ranged. But perhaps no many other better options to go with. It does act like some poke, but maybe, you know, something like not Comet, but yeah, it would give a bit more shields. I forgot the name. The blue one, Airy. Maybe Airy would be a bit better. What's the problem now?
Another problem, oh my god.
Sheesh. Oh, I guess it was from a Versio this time. I don't know.
Yeah. We are back. As I may quickly
Back
change it again, another freeze, it is normal.
match of the week for
The match
Posis.
of the week is proving to be a bit tedious.
And after we saw such a banger of the last game. Oh, boy.
As hopefully we do have no more interruptions that have just carried us into oblivion. I am sorry guys. The Lysandra does have the push in this mid lane. Aversio do seem to have lanes shoving in every lane. And let's see now how the junglers will bail each one of their lanes out. As Aiglos is having the better of this matchup for the time being. Gwen is so strong early on in her first level, still strong with the snip snip. Especially in someone who, let's say, like Yorick, who desperately needs his minions alive for the damage. Does find the interrupt there. Denying the cheater recall.
Not really sure how the matchup in mid can go,
He
but
does
I
find it
assume...
again!
Oh no.
Eiklos not aware that he's sitting on a ward. And is this top lane in a frozen state? One should ask. Let me look at that wave. It is looking to be frozen by some Musk player. Actually slowly pushing towards Eiklos here. So Yorick needs to be careful of this Shin.
Kill and use its form.
As now, Eiklos is getting poked out a bit. The E does come out. Bracoon is here to cover from the Eiklos. The Eiklos gets put in a baby cage and forced to snip his way out of there.
Alright. I am Drakur finding the push in mid lane. They do have priority. While in the bot lane, as predicted, the Versio are pushing up Rebinold. Also, getting caught on a ward here. He is trying to gank mid, and he did hit the E downtown bowling.
This Chuckton is getting chopped. He does lose a lot of his health bar in the trade.
Hey, check it.
As now Flash forced out of Awaken there.
Great reaction here by GWA, forcing the summoner spells from Versio. They've done really well yesterday as well against Agony, especially in the early parts of the game.
As Paulo and Chucky do go forward, both with their own respective flankers, trying to find Awaken, who is flashless in this bot side. Braun Pressive does come down onto the Starforger. Starforger uses a flash of his own, and also the barrier, however, he still dies in this bot lane. Bot lane, no summoners will be feasted upon now, I think, from this point onwards, by gamers with attitude. As said, does find Drakur. Drakur does flash to dodge the W damage there.
No flash, just E. He uses
E,
Lysandra E.
My bad.
Yeah. It was a very well played E actually. And Drakur actually showing some great plays here on Syndra. A nice flash from Shiro as well, identifying he was in kill range. Yeah, I really want to highlight a great play initially by GWA in the Versio bot lane, identifying Awaken does not have flash anymore. So we should be seeing maybe a play for these grubs. Aiglos now is in danger. I don't know if he is aware of that, but the rest of his team is coming and he does recall, potentially before grubs.
Get the reset by the items, the CS
does stop the recall again.
Yeah. You're so
that's
good
a massive difference at the CS though. You're right. Yeah. Wow, I did not notice that. That's huge actually.
Oh, not again.
Oh no, what's
not
going
again,
on?
bro.
This time it was Awaken.
Let me see.
Oh my god. Okay. So it's from a Versio side this time. This will unironically be the longest game of LCM, following the previous game, which was the longest game of LCM.
Yep.
Just double standard.
Like
A
what?
summoner has
Uh,
disconnected.
if you heard that the summoner has just gotten disconnected, this time the reason is different. I'd never planned to have two pauses in a single game.
Back to LOL dead. I'm joking. I think we finished.
Hmm?
We finished LOL dead, right?
Yes, we did. I'm just throwing on the draft. I mean, game state is quite even in the current time, so nothing much which you can say. Perhaps someone in chat, Yorick CS is sitting on 23 versus the Gwen. Something we can talk about is perhaps gold leads 600 ahead. This Gwen on the Yorick. Lilia is slightly ahead of the Shin. And because of that bot lane play, mid is quite even, bot lane also quite even, only Ashe having a slight lead onto the Sivir. And in the current game state, if we just looked at the boss screen, um, like grubby fight is gonna be important. Iglas does have a teleport. Some Musk player had already teleported in, so interesting. Now we need to
We are
wait.
still paused, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
still paused. I'm just explaining the map state for the people in the chat.
Mhm. I'll get
As
some
I'm
water
just
as
gonna
well.
start eating some crisp.
Yes.
What did you eat tonight, Jansen? Anything good for dinner? Never mind, I'll talk about my own dinner, I guess. Um, Tonight, I've been slow cooking meatballs in the slow cooker. Then a bit of pasta, red sauce, spaghetti, meatball and spaghetti, and that's on the menu tonight. Guys in chat, what have you guys been eating as we're sitting at another pause? Let me know. Any good meals? Any good dishes I should try out? Something I should cook? Perhaps? Looking for recipe suggestions? Maybe I'll try them out. Crunch. So satisfying. It's turning into an ASMR stream slowly. As we are waiting,
Alright, back. Pauses are deadly, yeah?
pauses are indeed deadly. As we are waiting to see what the issue is. I'm sorry if you hear the crunch. I'm actually really hungry. I just said to the stream, Jansen, I have like meatballs cooking in the slow cooker. Just need to throw the pasta into some boiling water. Some meatballs tonight. However, we are back into the game. Finally, and we see Bracoon immediately using the flash to run away.
GWA playing this map really well. The rest of the verse are here as well. They do stop the Coon without flash now from getting that grab. Not really sure why we're like sacrificing ourselves for a grab, but a big fight is ensue.
The Maiden is doing so much, by the way. You should not ignore a Maiden. The Maiden actually dishing out so much damage. Will look to find Iglos. Eben Paulo will collect that if he finds the stun. He does find Iglos on the back line. Guys, a tip against Yorick players, kill their Maiden. Once the Maiden is down, they're actually quite useless. Kind of. Yes,
Verse
now
are getting gapped at the moment. That's 3 kills for GWA. Grabs taken as well on top. And yeah, apart from the top lane CS, no real advantages in any side of the map at the moment.
I see there are a lot of cooking suggestions in the chat. Thank you for the previous recipes. Maybe I'll try it out. The guanciale one, I do it quite a lot. Shredded cheese, eggs, guanciale. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Very easy meal. As we are feasting on some content if only it weren't so many delays. As now this bot lane on the side of Aversium is looking to find the shove.
We see a 400 gold lead for the Yorick, despite being down 24 CS at the moment. In the jungle, we also see that Lilia is 500 gold ahead. It's only in mid lane for Versio that they are
Ooh,
up a
Awaken
couple of
doesn't have
80 gold.
flash. Will fall down, what an arrow. Well,
I was watching the stream, so I was delayed.
the arrow there coming out quite. Um, why was chat showing I had it disabled? Either way, spectator, I will have to enable it and this, there we go. Hiding the chat for the time being. As now gamers with attitude will be securing themselves a dragon.
They're playing a lot more like they were in their first game. So far, so clean. 5 kills now to them without a single death. Well played to all of them, really. Playing it perfectly. Even with some Musk player here backing off, noticing the gank is there. And all along, Rebenold is farming his camps. They managed to secure 3 grubs and first dragon. So it's not even traded for a Versio or something like that. It's looking really good for them.
Yeah. Um, Here to prove why this is the match of the week. Gamers with Attitude are really good team. They should not be underestimated. They can fight with some of the best teams in this tournament. As a bit of downtime until the next objectives are up. Nothing much to add. Both junglers just doing their clears.
We're
Brickle
gonna
perhaps
see some
looking to
action with
invade.
oh, Musk player.
A bit too front. His maiden now will get targeted and will trade her life. His ultimate will now be put back onto cooldown. And Tigros looking to chase him all the way under the tower. Very good cancel on the side of Awaken.
Yeah, we might see some action now that grubs are spawning as well. Will not be surprised. In the meanwhile, in terms of gold, Igos has regained the advantage, despite being 300 gold earlier on. That 44 CS gap there is really helping him out. It's also a bit surprising seeing that Brickhoon is up in CS here on Zinzao. But Rebenold has gotten more agency for his team. He does have more gold as well. This time Aversio seems to be on the grubs first. But
However,
Shiro and
Lilia has a
Paulo
full
are here.
completed item. Shin still on a tunneler and a phage. Forced to use his ult defensively. Does try to find the knockup onto the some Musk player. Then forced to flash away Shiro here to help his top laner. An entire team of gaming with attitude is here to help their top laner here. And whoa, grubs now secured on the side of gamers with attitude, finding themselves at 5 grubs and also finding Bracoon as a tasty snack.
Yeah, I mean, Aversio have this tendency to fight for every grab, so I'm not really sure what the mentality is behind it, but as you clearly pointed out, Lilia actually skipped going for Leandris and went straight into Rylai's Scepter here. It's gonna work so well for their team, given all their slows and CC they have. It will set up Yorick and Set to be able to get damage across, especially later on with Ashe and Brom. So far they are snowballing, so they can start looking for team fights, like I said in the draft. I don't think they want to find team fights with this type of comp, but now that they're ahead, they should try and consider it.
What I'm looking though at is that Sat still only has a Merc threat. He desperately wants to reset to spend 2.1k gold he has in his pocket. He is gonna look to do that just right now. As his Lilia is evading the Raptors.
He's not spotted at all, not punished here, Rebenold, for the
Dracon
Raptors
might
team.
be
He
punished instead as he went to sleepy time. They took him to bed as Shiro is positioning aggressively to find the ult. Doesn't find it as Lissandra immediately flashes and gets away with it.
That's a lot of damage taken from Shiro. He just used teleport and he might have to walk back. Just because of his health disparity here, he can't even help Rebenold, and this might be the first throw from GWA. Rebinald going for the scuttle, not realizing his mid lane is so low, despite just teleporting in. You can't really fight for these types of objectives if they can come before your teammates.
Yeah, and with Lissandra being so healthy, even without her ultimate, still very useful in securing that kill. Xin Zhao also such a good skirmish champion early on, even with a full item on the side of Lilia. Incredibly strong, good sustain throughout his kit, with a decent amount of CC that could lock down the Lilia. Yorick is just doing Yorick things, taking camps in this top side with his maiden. He was doing red buff, calling her now back to the top side as the most interesting fight in human history is happening here. Red buff versus the Rays. Who will win? It does seem that the Rays are winning. Oh,
Wow, what is that?
oh,
What the?
uh,
When did that
hey!
happen?
Look at them run! Look at them go!
Bro, is Yorick broken or what?
As now there's a fight going on, Iglos is TPing into here. He does teleport for this fight.
Yeah, Versio pretty much saying, hey guys, we need to work together, we need to get something, we're falling behind. Let's at least secure this Drake. Gold-wise, they're only 100 gold behind, and I find that quite surprising. I'm not really sure how that works out, but despite the 5 kill disparity, they are significantly ahead, but not behind in gold.
I think it has to
Very
be because
curious.
of this bot tower, if I had to guess. And
Okay.
actually, yeah, because the bot tower 2 kills on the Ashe, 1 kill on the Braum. However, the plating taken in the bot side does equalize the game. So,
And
you
in the
know,
meanwhile, some mask player actually took down the top side turret for that dragon, despite being pushed in the majority of the game. This also allows them to start up the Herald here, but the Versios bot lane are getting free poke on this turret, which will soon fall.
more importantly though, first tower gold is very crucial and it does go solely on the Yorick here. This Yorick now sitting himself on 1.9k gold, has first item completed the moment he pays, and with that item build, I am guessing that is... What is that first
A
item?
Yorick TP. For who, sorry?
For
For
Yorick.
Ashe. Ah,
Tunneler Pickaxe Ruby.
mm,
Spear of
maybe
Social?
Sojourn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So it's not the lethality Yorick, right?
No, I don't think you bring out the utility Yorick in a game like this. You want to try and be tanky, at least offer some sustain in skirmishes.
Zerntech in chat points out an interesting thing. Gold is about equal, but one team has shutdowns. That's crazy. That is kind of true, to be honest. It almost makes you feel bad to be ahead in kills in a game like League. I don't understand the way that works exactly. But yeah.
It does, like, how do you say, encourage good macro, cause like, even with good macro, like you can make your way back, and if better macro, even like you lose early game, you can still come back, and then you have the shutdowns even though you came back. Not the best of the systems, I would say it does need a bit of tweaking for sure, because it is not fair that there is 500 gold worth of shutdowns sitting on the side of gaming with attitude when the game is practically even.
It's turning out to be a close game. One or two fights away from being very decisive, in my opinion. Depends just how it goes, how one-sided those fights are. Meanwhile, Senna is slowly scaling, but shouldn't be a big threat in my opinion, as Black Cleaver is probably gonna be built first. It does work well with Zin and Sivir.
This Rift Herald on the side of Emirates with attitude might be just what they need to start opening up the map, as Awaken does walks face into a Lilia and somehow doesn't even get hit with the rolling ball.
Yeah, we can see both Shiro and some Mask player are on both side lanes. perhaps it would be best, while they still have somewhat of an advantage, to try and force something here in the mid, or maybe in one of these lanes. There's the top lane tier 2 and bot lane tier 1 that could still get picked up here. Teleport is available for Eyeglass, but not for some Mask player, but it is available for Shiro, and it is so for Drakor as well. On the top side, you might see a big fight here between Shiro and Eyeglass.
Eyeglass is snipping his way away, however Shiro just dropped so much damage on that W. Eyeglass crucially still finds one in return. This mid tower has been abandoned by gamers with attitude. The flash sideways force there from Chakton. Jin W does not connect. Raccoon whiffing that slightly. I feel like that connected. It would have been a kill on the Ashe. But now gamers with attitude are looking at losing both their mid tier 2 tower. Averso will back off just in time. Drake now coming up in 33 seconds. Hextech Soul, interesting Soul. One of the stronger ones. Already seen today as well. So let's see now if they will be able, any team finds this like Soul win condition. Versio now have a 1k gold lead. Interesting as well.
Yeah. To be fair, most of it is on Starforger. He has about 700 of that 1k gold lead on him due to towers and platings. The rest of his team is kind of behind on their significant others in the lanes. So you do see a small skirmish here between Ibn Paulo, Rebenold, and the Awaken.
The Rifts are dropped in the bottle in the top lane here. Will they? Yorick will try and pressure, I think, the top tier 2.
This fight slightly works in favor of GWA because they do not have Syndra here. I think Aversio can fight better if they're all together. See Chucky engaging on Awaken.
Yorick the first to be as well. He does get interrupted by the Syndra at the top lane. Bromwell does come out. Iglos a bit too far forward. Chucky is just free hitting. Iglos does finally get onto him, but a bit too late. Now Awaken is taken out of the fight as Shiro does ult him. Shutdown does come on the Lissandra, and on the top side Yorick is living life. He will get the top tower though. Brickcoon does survive on so low HP. So many blinking health bars on the side of Aversio. However, they do need to respond to this top side as Yorick is free hitting this top side. He does get 2 towers and a shutdown onto the Lissandra. Might look to get the inhibitor as well if he makes the call for it, as only Senna is here to defend. Even now Starforger is forced to recall here. Awaken is getting completely destroyed by those raids, and now some Mask player does teleport out of there with the Hex Gate. Teleport now coming out from Iglos. The fight seems not over, forcing Lilia off. Brickcoon here to help his solo laner. And some Mask player just being a nuisance. Ibn Paulo will... He almost stole that.
Quite close, to be honest.
10 HP. The difference between stealing that and not stealing that was slim. Still a 1k gold lead for Aversio. This top side now completely open. Yorick will switch his sides to this bot side. Yorick the only one ahead on the side, I would think, of gamers with attitude. And he has Hullbreaker completed. He's looking to just sit in the side. GG, well played. I solo carried this, guys. Have fun. He's level 14 as well. The damage coming out from his minions is so good. He's being a menace in the side lane.
Yeah, right now I think some Mask player definitely deserves this MVP position. He's he didn't really do that fantastically in lane, but I guess that's how the matchup would have played out. He did what he could. And look at him now. Pretty much single-handedly controlling the entirety of Aversio's team here. Into moving where he is standing.
You always need to have someone with teleport against this Yorick, and Drakor is the only one with teleport up for the time being. He is slowly getting forced off this tower, as now the Maiden is free hitting against with Demolish does come through there. Iglos is looking to help him out.
This is why Agony banned Yorick. It has to be, right? He's
Look at
looking
the
so
pings
strong
coming
here.
out from the top side. On the side of Gamer with Attitude, they look to be invading his top side. As Drakor might just die to the Maiden, some Musk player is trying to find it in return. He does get shot down, unfortunately. Now Gamers with Attitude on that 40-second that timer with Yorick might lose their bot tower as Yorick was way too far forward there. And the Gamers with Attitude were not in a position to retaliate for Aversio committing two people down to their bot side, as this teleport might barely make it in time. Shiro is here to respond. He does find the damage, however that is a Gwen, and as you said previously, if this Shiro is not able to find Gwen with his 3 abilities, Shiro just dies.
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be the case. I think this set pick was definitely not it, especially full HP set here against Igos. Oh no.
Oh, that Gwen
Oh,
W
but
is
Ibn Paolo
so
is there.
broken. He does find Ibn Paolo waiting for him though, and does secure the kill. This Nashor though is basically that. Revenant will have to find the steal here. He needs to try his best as now Teleport is coming out. Awaken is slowly getting ticked away. Now some Musk player is in the pit. Lilia is getting pinged. Does he have the flash? He doesn't have the flash. However, he still finds his way into the pit. Drebaron is at 2k. The smite still waiting. Revenant will die. The smite will come through and a clean Baron fight does come through on the end of the day from the side of Aversio. And I think with that Baron confirmed, it might just be game. Aversio will now find themselves in 5k gold ahead, and GG, I want to say.
Well, it's not over just yet. But yeah, well done to Aversio reversing the tide of this game so far. Eyegloss, I mean, look at those items. Yeah, the entirety of GWA's team now is really gonna have a hard time here having these fights. They definitely needed to stay ahead in this game, and now that they are here, it's gonna be a bit hard, given that they have more utility than like actual damage in this case. But this set has not really worked out for them, and considering they already have Yorick, which is designed to split push, I think something more designed to help them in these team fights would have made more sense. But I can't speak for what is comfort to Shiro and what champs he likes, right? So
Yeah,
we've seen him do really well on Yon. Maybe not this game on set, but let's see if maybe the later fights change things for this opinion.
I mean, that should not be completely counted out as we wait for the next possibly big team fight. Some Musk player is being as much of a nuisance as he can, as trying to attract as much pressure. Now Igros is just focusing down the main then. However, Yorick still can do a lot of damage. However, Igros just satchacks him. This Gwen in a 1v1. She is so overpowered. Just come, boom, dead. Bracoon is cooking a bit with his build, going Starak second. Skipping perhaps one of the Black Lever or other optional items. And just saying,
Well,
nope.
they have 10 already with Black Lever already, right? So I mean, he just, as you said, they don't really have a front line, so I think this really helps him stay a bit more alive in these fights. Other than that, yeah, I mean, all damage is gonna come out from Eyegloss in this case, and somewhat from Sivir. He pretty much just needs to make sure they can do that and stay alive.
Indeed, indeed, as Dracul is also 2 levels ahead of Shiro here. Both side laners actually on the side of Aversio do have 2 level leads on their individual counterparts. As now Igos decides this is a 2v1 which he can take, and indeed he can. He might be looking at a potential penta if his team helps him, in my opinion. This Gwen just so strong. Chucky just respecting with his own flash. He realizes he's out of position and boom, flashes immediately.
Yeah, the push from Sivir is really strong right now. Even Yorick is having a hard time here keeping Eyegloss at bay. It's really strong, this Gwen, 3-item Gwen. It's like the melee version of Kale. Once it gets to that 3-item spike, it's gonna be really hard to fight into. And yeah, it's practically going to be a slow burn until maybe a Versio overstep or make a mistake. Oh, Shiro
A
has a
mistake
combo.
like perhaps the
Star
Star Forger being a bit too far forward. So much
no.
coming out value from the spell sheet does block the Ash Arrow. Dracour does go forward to save his AD carry. Gaming with Attitude are giving it all they got, but they don't got enough in the tank as everyone is falling down on the side of Gaming with Attitude, with only Ibn Paulo now ill remaining alive. Ibn Paulo will need to find his father Paulo to perhaps find the hope to men stay alive, as now Igros is looking to say, nah, you die as well, but I'll die first because I dive the tower. Igros giving us a bit of trolling, and Eversi are looking to end this game cleanly. 28 minutes. We did say whoever gets the sizable lead first will be looking to end the game almost immediately, and Eversi do just that. It has been a close one, it did deserve match of the week. The Yorick did show up in this game, perhaps shut down by the Gwen. Gwen so strong, Igros in my opinion the MVP, and GG well played. What a game.
Indeed, GG's it is. Not really sure who to call for MVP. I think all of them played really well. Dracour had some really nice Lissandra plays as well, how he dodges abilities. I think it's fair to call him as well. Awaken and Starforger got ganked a bit, but they held up their own as well in the bot lane, including Iglos, who was ahead in CS the entirety of the game. I would have really liked to have some Musk player up here as an MVP. I think he played exceptionally. In my opinion, he really showed what Yorick is capable of doing. Um, yeah, for sure. So many people played well this game.
Yeah. Let's see who will be going to the interview channel, and I'll hop right there. A game. It was quite a good game. If you ask me, the very interesting pick. Set mid, Yorick top, quite the unusual picks. Dracour pushed onto his Lissandra, and perhaps they should have
Pretty
banned
much
that
shot.
away. Maybe a different result.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yeah. That would have been definitely a curveball for Team Aversiota to handle. Um, and I just really wish I don't know what picks Hero has. So far I've seen Yon and Set. So, you know, maybe soon we'll see something more on the AP side. But yeah, on their picks they've definitely looked really strong GWA. We've seen both Swain and Yorick from some Mask player, who in general was doing really well on both picks, even in this game. And yeah, Shiro with his Yon was really good too. Looking forward to seeing them in their next matches. I believe my own team will face them soon as well. So
Ooh,
they
that's gonna
are.
be an interesting one. Horizon versus Aversio.
It's
The
Sunday.
first time I think this matchup will be
No,
happening.
against GWA.
Oh, against GWA. Still
Yes,
an
definitely
exciting one.
intimidated by them after seeing this game. I'll be honest with you.
They are looking like one of the teams which I do not want to play against. Um, However, I will have to play against them, and it's not gonna be a fun one for sure. They look really strong, and you need to prepare. I would feel for something like this as
Um,
oh,
all right.
okay. It does seem like I'm gonna have Iglos for the interview, and I will close out the stream after that. So I
Yes.
honestly not sure if you have any
No.
last words.
No. Thank you for joining us, stream. Good night. I hope you enjoyed my session with Luke, and thank you, Luke, for hosting.
No worries,
Good night.
man. So Iglos, nice
Hello.
to see you back on the winning streak here. Um, did you played? What did you think of that Yorick? First of all,
Too safe.
too safe. I see.
Too safe.
That's the criticism, perhaps.
I don't know if you saw the CS lead.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did. 20 was 30 CS difference at the first pass. I would say. something like that.
Għamilna żball l-ewwel grabs konna naqqa hesitant kieku ma minx dak l-iżball naħseb kont inkun 50 CS lead at 10 minutes.
Sibu like triple kill I think fuq dik il-grabs hemmhekk wara li xin daħal kinta like naqra saħħit għandek ukoll naħseb.
Just kellhom bżonn jistennew it-tipi tiegħi. Għax imbagħad wara bil-Sandra stan ġust naqbdu nagħti għal persuna waħda ma sibx kienu jgħixu. Speċjalment il-Lilja kienet għadha level 4.
Lilja kienet level 4 ma kellha full item. Kella Realize already mhux Realize kien diġà completed.
What? No, mhux l-ewwel. Mhux l-ewwel waħda? Realize.
Ejwa. Kella Realize completed ma l-ewwel għall-ewwel fight.
No, kull ma kella Blasting Wand.
Le, jisekond jenni ta' t-tieni waħda naħseb, wait.
Yes, t-tieni waħda probably.
T-tieni waħda most likely, I think I mixed them up. Ma both grabs fight, I think you fought them, no?
L-ewwel waħda żgur, it-tieni waħda naħseb provajna nieħdu l-ewwel wieħed u ġust ħrabna lem. Ma mitniex.
Jista' jkun the case, iva. Any tips? So the tips, excluding the York press, any tips from a macro perspective li għamlu ħażin, or did they play it out quite cleanly, you think?
No, I think they did well. They were ahead. They were 6-1 or 7-2 at some point. Just as Baron spawned, they had Yorick with Rift on side as well. No, Yorick rifted top, but they had Yorick really fed on side with Hullbreaker. He just needed to be a little bit more aware of his surroundings, because we managed to catch him just before Baron. And basically we put them into a lose-lose situation. You either stop the Baron, or else you stop the Gwen split push.
Yeah. And
they tried to do both.
And it failed horribly.
To be fair, I don't think the set expected to lose.
No, but we said that, like, actually when we drafted, me and Jansen pointed out that, like, listen, if this set ults you and he doesn't kill you with his abilities, once he meshed all of them, he's dead. And while casting that, you will see he used all of his abilities. Will he die? Gwen's alive. He's dead. That's the thing with set with Gwen. That's how I feel that, like, how Jansen predicted that matchup to go, and he was completely right. If the set is unable to kill you with his initial abilities, boom, he dies. Now, from the upcoming teams, from the teams Vision faced off against, which team are you looking forward to face the most?
Ooh, Griffin.
Ooh, why?
It's a new team. It's an interesting team, and heck, I really want to see what they have planned.
You want to see what Griffin are cooking? Fair enough, my friend. And
even Kabochi, like, they're not their old school. They've played before, but you know, I know some of them. I think it would be a fun match.
It would be a fun matchup indeed. And I think with this, I don't have really any other questions to ask. I think it was quite a clean game from your side. Perhaps the final question I'll ask is, if it wasn't you MVP, who do you think deserved the other MVP? In the game in general.
Let me see.
Kinda quickly check who did the second most damage.
I mean, if you check with damage, second most would be Lissandra and then Sivir, which they basically did nothing, just wave clear until I gave them an opportunity. So, probably I would say the Ashe. They got a good lead in the early game. She played well, but then her top side collapsed, so not much to do.
Yeah, they played it well.
And Braum should have covered for her more in some team fights.
Yeah. However, funnily enough, even though Ash had a kill lead, you guys maintained an equal gold lead because of the tower plates falling down on the bot side. So the Star Forger was keeping level field, even though you guys gifted Asher a lot of kills. At the end of the day, it was GGWA played. You guys gave us the longest, by technicalities, I think the longest LCM game yet. With all the pauses.
Because of the pauses.
Yeah. Actually, no, we had a longer pause last time. I will want to say.
Apparently, someone from them spilled orange on their keyboard, and then they had to play without sound. So
Oh, that is classic. Like, what can go wrong
Um,
moment. Well,
I have a
anyways,
question for you though.
ask me.
What did you think of the Gwen setup?
The Gwen setup. You're gonna need to be
I
a bit more specific.
I saw Nono comment on stream
Hmm.
because usually Gwen go Conquer with Riftmaker first item, right?
And I think we went phase rush or wait.
I went Dark Harvest and Lichbane Rush.
Ooh. I don't know exactly why you did it. Top lane is not my strong forte. However, I'm guessing that like you just trusted that you're gonna destroy this matchup so much that you could just get the stacks of the Yorick. And you get the thing with Dark Harvest, you do have a that bit more of a burst. So if you're looking to burst, just since don't really aren't that tanky, you aren't gonna be that long in a fight. So I'm guessing that's why you went Dark Harvest. Perhaps you can enlighten me.
I mean, with this build, at full items, you do E auto, and the auto does 500 damage,
That's disgusting.
which allows you to then do a Q and R. He's in Dark Harvest range, and then your R2 or R3 crits with Shadow Flame.
That is disgusting from the side. What a disgusting build. I think like top lane wise, there are some really currently meta disgusting champions which I absolutely hate to face against. Like Mundo, Gwen, ooh, those two right now I really hate. I've been seeing them way too much on my solo queue, and so many times I kind of just lose because um, I either like have to camp the top side and make sure my top laner is a happy boy, or it's just game over. But being aware of time, 11:20. Not sure if you have some closing final words for the stream or something else which you want to point out. And if not, I'll be closing out the stream.
Not really, to be honest. I would like to see this team play again against some other teams. I think they played really well against us in Degeni. They even went ahead in both games. So I'm really curious to see how they match against
Don't
Horizon
curse them like
or.
Blood Wolves. Don't curse them like Blood Wolves. The only difference is that I think they already found a win on the board from the side of Gamers Attitude. Not sure who they found the win against, but they have one win on the board. Meanwhile, Blood
Did they?
Wolves still have to
Mm.
find the first win. They're hungry.
Ooh, not good.
Blood Wolves are 0-5. Yeah, it's not good.
No.
We were hyping them
Some.
out after the games, and we all said the same thing. And I'm seeing deja vu. I'm seeing history repeating itself. Oh man, they played really good. They got leads against the most of us. They're gonna destroy the rest. Then they're having some really hard time. Hopefully though, Blood Wolves do bounce back, and hopefully the same does not apply to Gamers Attitude. Hopefully they just both lose to MCS, and we're all gonna be living a happy life. I doubt
Oh,
it.
when are we gonna play?
I think we have our match. Spoiler, not confirmed, but I think our match is either Tuesday or Thursday. I think Tuesday when you guys were available.
Bomba. Ash, me and Bean.
You are cooking.
We're
You
gonna
guys are cooking.
we're gonna تفنت هنفتموا fleshy matchup وجاست
Uh,
نهدو
we're gonna
ghost.
we're gonna leave it open. Even me myself, that match, even against Agony, against teams which I know are way superior than I ever will be. To be honest, we just look to have fun, and that's gonna be the goal of that. Will be looking forward myself, Eyeglass, to facing you or whoever will be in the jungle. Not you specifically in lane, but whoever will be in the jungle on the side of
Mm.
Versio, Starforger, Bracoon. I don't know, we can play in the jungle. You guys do have the flexibility open, but I'll be looking forward as one of Aversio's biggest. Perhaps I will say I have seen the most Aversio games this year, possibly beaten by one, maybe Mick if I missed a game. Um, so
Uh, no, Ash, you casted the first tournament as well.
exactly. So um, quite like it's gonna be the match of the guy who knows Aversa perhaps the best in their playstyle versus the guy versus you're gonna be facing the caster. Unfortunately, I cannot be casting that one, but it's gonna be a spicy one.
Hmm.
Anyways, this interview
Tight
should
with
have been about
tight with
this game.
Rose Pop or Rose.
Oh
Hmm.
god. Listen, I gloss. If you found your way in the jungle, I will be having fun. That's all I'm gonna say. Expect us to cook. Try to cook something as well. We'll
They buff
definitely.
Rengar Rouge this patch. Time to hack. Brush off the
tangible,
rust.
flex a bit on us, one could say. With that, I will be closing out the interview. I'm aware of time; it's late, and I have
Mhm.
my meatballs ready, and their smell are too inviting for me to stay in this interview. Very good chat, Iglos. See you on the Rift, hopefully next week.
See you, dude.
See ya, man. Good night.
Good night.
And with that, guys, I will be closing out the stream. It was incredibly fun to have you over. A lot of people were joining in for the stream. All good. Thank you for joining. I love you all, guys. Thank you all for supporting LCM. Thank you for the production team. Specifically, I will be giving a call out to Jansen for casting win the final match, La Bombom for casting 2 games today, Bino for streaming 2 games today, and the host, which I will quickly look up who they were to give them a shout out myself. The hosts today were um, we had, let me see, Calicat for the predictions, and hosts were Chris for the first 2 games, and I think who was the other? I think Dr. Dickon was the other host for the 2 games. So shout out to all of you guys. Shout out to the analyst Gator as well, to all the production team. We would not be able to do so many good streams without you guys. You guys are amazing. The viewers are amazing, and I'm too tired, so I'm just gonna close out the stream, guys. See you guys tomorrow for, I think tomorrow there isn't a match actually. See you guys on Saturday for the next match. With that, I will be ending the discast. Bye bye.